JC Ice, Jamie Dundee, whatever you want to call yourself. You want to come down here and stick your nose in Flash Flanagan's business. He's been keeping him away from that belt for a month on end, and now you want to come down here next week right here in the fairgrounds. I think it'd be more fitting if I suggested a handicap match. But I'll just say this, Jamie Dundee. If you want to stick your nose in people's business, why don't you take on Flash Flanagan one-on-one right here next week?
Hey, I'll tell you what I'll do for you, big boy. Since you done wrote a check with your mouth that your butt can't cash, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. And we don't even have to wait till next week. We can do it right now if you want to, bro. Hey, because you know something, Flash Flanagan, you just take this to the back with you, boy. You just got beat by a one-legged man. Just think what both these legs will do all over your head, boy. You get it signed the next week, and if I can't beat him, I won't even wrestle here no more, because he ain't nothing but a punk, and I'll prove it to everybody.
Well, welcome to MCW Wrestling, starring Paul Adams. You know, this week I got to put up with Bert, Prentice, you know, good old BP, the bloated promoter of MCW Wrestling. He's going to be in here speaking his mind, as well as a lot of these other blowhard loudmouths around here. They're going to come in here and rant and rave about how they're all tough. But you know what? I'll promise you this much. A lot of my friends are going to be here as well this week, as well as footage from that Mega Rumble where we crowned a new North American Heavyweight Champion. All that's going to be in the hour this week on MCW Wrestling. And a lot of my friends are going to be here to speak their minds and tell you how it really is around here.
Jamie Dundee trying to make his way to the ring at the Nashville Fairgrounds Arena. The fans love Jamie Dundee, son of living legend superstar Bill Dundee. Jamie Dundee there climbing into the ring. In this matchup today, ladies and gentlemen, he's taking on the 300-plus pound Skinny Kenny. Now, how he can say he's Skinny Kenny, but that's what he goes by, and that's what we'll call him, at least for Skinny Kenny. Tells me that very soon he's going to be having a brand new aerobics video out, and there Skinny Kenny jumps him from behind. JC Ice whips him across. Jamie Dundee ducks under. DDT down to the mat, stuns Skinny Kenny. Stuns him so much he beats him in 22 seconds. My gosh, the winner, Jamie Dundee. Now, here's a special interview with Jamie Dundee.
The winner, JC Ice.
Well, you know, it's finally come down to this, Flash Flanagan. The day that most wrestlers hate to even hear of a match, that the loser must leave town. And you see, this ain't my first rodeo, boy, because I've packed up all my stuff and all my children and all my wives, and I've hauled them all over America. But you see, this is a little different. This is kind of personal. Because you see, you hurt Wolfie D's foot and you broke it and ligaments are torn, and they don't know if he's going to come back, when he's going to come back. He may not be able to wrestle again. And then you see, every single time I've ever faced you, boy, I've had you beat. 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring. But of course, out of nowhere, you have to pull something out of your trusty pocket. But you see, that doesn't bother me, because I'm not a man to whine or cry about nothing, because I've been beat before and I'll be beat again. But let me tell you this, and I'll make a promise to you and to Nashville, Tennessee, that tonight in the Nashville Fairgrounds, I'll be damned, boy, if you're going to show up and make me have to pack up all my children and all my wives and move all the way across America so I can eat and feed my family. Because you're not messing with just me, you're messing with my family. And when you mess with a family, you mess with my pride. And I got Dundee engraved in my back because I believe it in my heart and in my soul. And a Dundee has never been one to back down or run away from nothing. And tonight in the Nashville Fairgrounds, it's you or me, pal, is packing up. And I'm going to make a promise to you, Flash Flanagan, as sure as my name is Jamie Dundee. When I was 6 years old, I used to run around the Nashville Fairgrounds selling kisses for $1. And now I'm 26 years old running around Nashville Fairgrounds selling kisses for $1. And I'll be damned if I'm going to let some snot-nosed punk like you come into my town and make me have to pack up and get out of town. Because this is my life and this is my livelihood. And I promise you, Flash Flanagan, you want to pull out a chain? I got a chain. You want to pull out some powder? I got some powder, boy. Because you remember this, JC Ice and Wolfie D are from the hood. And when it comes down to getting dirty, I can get dirty with the best of them. So tonight in the Nashville Fairgrounds, you just think about it, boy, because you got a few short hours. And when we get to the building, it's going to be me and you in the ring. But one man standing and the other one packing his bags and getting out of town. And I promise you this, Nashville, Tennessee, I'll see you next week.
There you see one of the most popular wrestlers in CW wrestling, Style and Shady, coming into the ring, and he's firing up the crowd. Everybody loves Style and Shane, and I tell you what, that guy has more moves, Paul Adams.
Yeah, there he is, the poster boy of MCW for the caffeine fit, Bert Prentice. I don't know what's wrong with this guy. This guy comes in there way, way, way too hyper. Look at him dancing.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a match this is going to be. Style and Shady against the very dangerous Assassin. And Shane, I already think you're taking this match as a little too lightly. But let me tell you, when he walks out and this crowd goes absolutely berserk, I mean, they love this kid. Absolutely one of the most popular wrestlers on the circuit, and I'm not so sure in the whole country right now. Style and Shane Eden, they love it.
Well, you come out here all the time, Bert Prentice, and you talk about how he draws off the fans. He draws energy off of these fans. But what you don't know about this Assassin, this man draws energy and power off the power of money, and he's a hired hand. He's in there to take care of guys exactly like Shane Eden.
Well, unbeknownst, and aren't we surprised that the Assassin jumps him from behind. The dreaded Assassin, world renowned, ladies and gentlemen, against Style and Shane Eden, the 1997 Rookie of the Year.
Well, you know, Bert, if you want to talk about hired hands in here, the Assassin's a perfect example. I'm talking about professionals. Professional wrestling, that's what the Assassin is. You want to come out here all the time and talk about your big heroes like Shane and the Kiss Babies. That's not what it's all about. It's about money. This is a business, Bert Prentice. It is not. It is a business.
You know what I'd really like to talk about is tonight at the Nashville Fairgrounds Arena. What an incredible card. Jamie Dundee against Flash Flanagan. Somebody's leaving town tonight, Paul.
Somebody, I'll tell you what, I called the psychic hotline this week, Bert Prentice. I can tell you what exactly is in store for that JC Ice. He's leaving Nashville, next bus out of town.
I'll tell you what, a big one at the Louisville Gardens this Tuesday night. One of your favorite places.
Yeah, Louisville Gardens. Yeah, it's one of my favorite places. Let me tell you what I'm going to do, Bert Prentice. From now on, I'm going to dig a bunker down here in Nashville, Tennessee, because all these stupid tornadoes have been going on around here, and I'm only coming out to go to places like Louisville Gardens and the Nashville Fairgrounds and whatever other towns you got coming up, solely for the sole purpose of getting in these people's faces and disappointing them and their big heroes like Shane Eden.
It has been a crazy week for weather here in Tennessee. We hope all our fans are safe and well. They're the Assassin chopping Style and Shane Eden. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going on tour next Saturday night. A week from tonight, we'll be in Lebanon at the Airport Armory over in Lebanon, one of your favorite places. And then 2 weeks from Friday, May 1st in Lafayette at the Lafayette Middle School Gym, sponsored by the Lafayette Lions Club. Heck, we're coming to Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, Royalton, Illinois. We're going to be at the Benton, Kentucky Fair this year. So many big shows coming. And my dear friend Claudine over at the Dixon Freeport USA Convention Center, she said the building will be ready for action Friday, May 22nd. The tornado ripped part of that building up, but they're going to have it ready. In fact, they're having a big concert this Friday night. Earl Thomas Conley's going to be there, and Michael Johnson and T. Graham Brown. That concert's going to happen over the Dixon Freeport USA Convention Center this Friday night. And you people in Dixon, get out there and see one of the best country concerts you're ever going to see. But I tell you, Dixon Wrestling will be back May 22nd.
Well, that's all fine and dandy, Bert Prentice. While the Assassin's in the ring taking care of business, you're sitting here rattling off a bunch of nasal twang singers, none of which I've ever even heard of. Not to mention some of these towns that you mention out here. Some of them are probably so small, the McDonald's in them towns only got one arch.
Wait a minute. That kid, look at that kid in the front row. Is he dressed like Paul Adams? Do you have a son?
No.
You have a son?
I got it.
Paul Adams has a son. He's in the front row.
Keep that quiet. You must have read that on the internet or something. I have a ventriloquist act going, Bert Prentice. I need to make some money on the side because you don't pay me very well to come in here and speak my mind and pontificate.
I don't read the internet, that garbage.
You don't read, period.
The Assassin choking Style and Shane Eden on the top rope, ladies and gentlemen. Referee Robert Briscoe doing the count. Briscoe's a great referee, huh? Not like that Gene Johnson.
Yeah, let me tell you about Briscoe and his refereeing abilities. He's got one eye on the match and his other eye's on the one watching the match.
The dreaded assassin, Style and Shane Eden, ladies and gentlemen, wrestling out of Miami, Florida, now makes his home right here in Nashville, Tennessee.
The dreaded assassin. I'll tell you what, something that I dread every week, Bert Prentice, is coming in here to call these matches with you because you don't even do that. I dare to try and call a match, Bert, instead of plugging your towns and trying to worry about stuffing your pockets full of green cash.
Well, I want the people out there in TV land to know when we're coming to their town. I also want them to know to mark your calendars because the next big supercard for MCW is Saturday night, June 6th. And we're going to be celebrating the 50th anniversary of the National Wrestling Alliance. Already signed, Paul Adams, to be here Saturday night, June 6th. Handsome Harley Race, one of the living legends of the NWA, Dory Funk Jr. Let me tell you, I got a lot of surprises. That's going to be the biggest card ever at the Nashville Fairgrounds Arena, and I guarantee that will be the biggest gate. We will open the top balcony that night when we celebrate the 50th anniversary of the National Wrestling Alliance, Saturday, June 6th. Matter of fact, the only way you can get a ringside seat to that is in the mail, and we're going to be giving information about that next week. You cannot buy these tickets the night of the show, ringside seats.
Ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you right now, and I'm going to let the fans know what's going on. You can only buy ring seats that way. I see about 10 dozen of those tickets sticking out of your back pocket in here. I think you're going to sit out there in front of the Nashville Fairgrounds and scalp them, Bert Prentice. That's what you're up to.
It's going to be a great night when NWA legends come to Nashville. We've signed 2 already. Handsome Harley Race, Dory Funk Jr. will be at the Nashville Fairgrounds Arena Saturday night, June 6th. Shane Eden reverses here, whips the assassin in, and a big forearm, and Shane Eden goes to the mat.
And I picked up on exactly what you're up to, Bert, just as usual. You saw Shane Eden reverse that move right there, and you thought he was going to take over. So now's the time when you come out here and you decide now you're going to call the match because your big hero, Shane Eden, is going to take over, take control of the bout. Well, that's not what happened. Now I see you backtracking just like Shane Eden is because the assassin put him down and is going for almost a 3 count right there.
Did I tell you wrestling will be in Lebanon a week from tonight, Saturday night at the Lebanon Airport Armory?
I don't know. You may have thrown that in there too, Bert Prentice. You've told me everything but the weather for the next 5 days. You've told me everything but the 5-day forecast. Why don't you speak about what's going on in the ring right there? Shane Eden is about to go out.
It'll be clear tomorrow. Rain on Monday. The assassin brings Style and Shane Eden to the mat. Goes for the cover. Whoop. Picks him up. Style and Shane Eden. I'll tell you what a reserve this kid has. The dreaded assassin there backing up. The referee's backing up. Style and Shane Eden now getting up. Uh-oh, the assassin is loading the boot. Doggone it. He's loaded that boot. Style and Shane up for one knee. The assassin backs him in and whips him across. Style and Shane up underneath. And
hook
from
of the
behind,
tights.
He's got it. He beat the assassin. Style and Shane Eden is the winner over the assassin.
Nashville, Tennessee, tonight at the fairgrounds. About 8 hours from now, Shane Eden, you got Brickhouse again. Well, last week, the rumor mill's telling me that you lost your cool. You lost your cool in the match with Brickhouse Brown. Well, Shane Eden, it's probably because Princess Dee wasn't there and you didn't get to see me and you was a little upset about it. Well, that's your problem, Shane Eden, because you know what you did? You got disqualified against Brickhouse Brown and you lost that match. But you know what, Shane Eden? You wasn't even going to win that match because you can't beat nobody in a match, and especially this man right here. So now what does Bert Prentice want to do? Music City Wrestling. They want to bar Princess Dee from ringside. Well, Bert Prentice, what do you think you're doing? Do you think that you're doing me a favor? Well, you are. You are giving me a favor because I needed some time off to take care of royal duties that I've been neglecting. So that's exactly what I'm going to be doing tonight, because I really don't want to see you, Shane Eden, and I don't want to see all those people. And if you think for 1 minute that Brickhouse can't take care of his own business without Princess Dee circling that ring, you're deadly wrong, because we've got some friends in the dressing room in the back, and all you people know it. So somebody will be watching Brickhouse's back, Bert Prentice, whether you like it or whether you don't. Because Brickhouse is going to come out as a winner, and there's no doubt in my mind that's going to happen. And I'll tell you what else is going to happen to you, Shane Eden. Exactly what's happened to your sister that's in the hospital. So you better tell her to get an adjoining room, because you better have that bed right next to her ready for you, because Saturday tonight, it's where you're going to be, right in the bed next to her. So when your mother and father come to visit, they can visit both of you, because we're going to take you out like we took your sister, and that's a promise from Princess Dee. Now, Brickhouse wants to tell you something and get you prepared for tonight.
You know, Shane Eden, you shouldn't even complain. Finally, a MCW official did the right thing. He called it just like he seen it, right down the line. You got yourself purposely disqualified because you know what was going to happen to you in the long run. And all you people ought to be happy, because really, the referee saved your life, boy. Now I understand you're still pissed off because I dropped your sister on her head. Hell, boy, I drop you on your head too. What difference does it make? It's what I do. So to be fair about the thing, why don't you bring your mammy down there tonight, your poor, blind, decrepit, crippled daddy, them 6 illegitimate rugrats you got running around the house, and I'll drop all them on their fat heads too. It don't make no difference to me, because you so stupid you don't even know Bert Prentice serving you up to the baddest he-line in MCW. And you know what? He know them people gonna buy a lot of tickets and spend money to come see somebody get their butt whooped, and you the sucker being sacrificed. So when you come down there tonight at the fairgrounds and you dance and do your little fancy steps and your cute little flips, and you step in that ring, and when I start whipping on your butt, don't take it personal. It's just business.
Be sure you stay tuned, everybody, because when we come back from this commercial break, I want to show you.
From the tape room, we understand there's a little technical difficulty, and what was that? That tape won't be shown today.
Oh, yeah, I can see where the technical difficulties might be coming in from.
Yeah, we got some technical difficulties.
There's some
back
tape,
there.
though. We do have the tape here. Just had a little bit of well, it don't look so bad. Maybe we win an Academy Award for this one.
Titanic doesn't even stand a chance against us. My goodness, look at that.
Although their match was a disaster, wasn't it?
It was a disaster.
It was an epic.
That's you right there, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
And there's a broken leg and knee
That
and
must
elbow.
be Nick right there, because he's laying down.
Yeah, look at all this. Well, let me tell you something, Mr. Rob Conway. 1 down, 1 to go. But it looks like, Mr. Danny Davis now, your trainer and mentor, wants to stick his nose in the Volz business by picking up the telephone and calling Mr. Doug Gilbert to be your special partner in a match with the Tennessee Vols. You know, I don't know if Doug is some kind of big mark for Danny Davis or what, but my good old friend and pal, Mr. Stephen Dunn, has a few words for you, Mr. Gilbert.
Well, you know, it's like this right here. First off, Rob Conway, your partner's laying up in Louisville somewhere in a hospital bed with a knee where he ought to be suing somebody for lack of support, because I don't believe he's ever going to be walking on that again. So, Rob Conway, you think you got some guts? I think you're just plain stupid. Well, you may have Doug Gilbert in your corner, but the bottom line is this. We've got these right here. Now, everybody's making a big deal about how we got them. Well, it don't matter. The bottom line is this. We got them. Now, Doug Gilbert, I can't believe that you're sticking your nose in the Volz business one more time, because as you know, son, and all the people know, that every time you stick your nose in our business, you end up disappearing for a few weeks. Well, let me tell you something, son. A few weeks could run into a few months, and that could run into a few years, because I'm sick and tired of every time we turn around, Doug Gilbert standing there. So you show up in Nashville tonight, and you show up with that punk Conway, and you bring your fire, because let me tell you something about fire, boys. All you need is a bucket of water to put that out. Tonight in Nashville, Gilbert, Danny Davis just opened up a can of worms for you, son. We beat you to death before. We'll beat you to death again. And Conway, you better take a long look at your partner, because tonight in Nashville, we're taking care of business. And the way we take care of business is we leave people laying and we start a body count. And you know why? Because when you're the greatest tag team of professional wrestling today, and when you're holding the gold, and when you put people down and you're breaking bones and leaving them bloody, what do they call you, Reno?
The Tennessee Vols, baby.
We'll see you tonight, Gilbert. Sweet dreams.
You know, when it seems like it comes to Doug Gilbert and Nashville, Tennessee, what history? If it's not one thing, it's another. Well, you know what? My schedule's been so busy, I ain't got to be at home like I would like to be a lot. I've been in Japan, I've been up north, I've been back and forth, but I haven't been in Nashville. You know what, that really irks me. But you know what, I was booked this Saturday night in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and what happens? One of my best friends, and not a lot of people know about this, in the world, in the wrestling business or anywhere else, called me, which that would be one nightmare Danny Davis. But you know what, he didn't call me because he needed help. He called me because a couple boys that he trained, his buddy Nick and his buddy Rob, he said Nick had done got hurt. And who did they get hurt by? Two of the guys that I cannot stand. I would just soon spit on them as I had look at them. The Tennessee Volz, Stephen Dunn and Reno Riggins. Well, let me tell you something, boys. Everybody don't know, anybody knows it besides my brother, hot stuff Eddie Gilbert. When I started this wrestling business, my brother trained me. And you know who took me under his wing after that? It was Nightmare Danny Davis. So let me tell you one thing. If one of my friends call me, because I can probably count every friend I've got in the world on these 5 fingers. So when Danny Davis called me, you know what I said? I said, Philadelphia, you can cancel my flight. I said, Nashville, Tennessee. You know, I love the people, but you know what? When one of my friends call me and they say they need help, you know what? There's going to be hell to pay. And so help me God, it's going to get so hot tonight in Nashville, somebody's head is going to burn off.
Paul, this isn't right. This just isn't right. Music City Wrestling has been trying to keep me down for so long. They try to stack the cards against me week after week after week. Tell me, we're going to do this match, we're going to do this match. I don't want no loser leave town match. This is ridiculous. If he beats me, I'm gone. What are we going to do?
All I know is I just went back to New York for a little while over the Easter break because, number one, last week this promotion thinks they're all hot to trot and they decided to ban me from ringside. So I sit up there in New York and I'm telling my friends how the people around here treat the 2 individuals that are the stars of MCW. Now, normally Flash doesn't come out here because he's too hot for TV. But now you've got us both out here. When you put us together, not only is he too hot for TV, but we are too hot for TV. What we're on about right now is the fact that stuff keeps going on to us that is unfavorable treatment. It's biased treatment for the little heroes around here because, oh, maybe we don't come out and kiss babies. Maybe we don't shake hands and sign autographs. But what we do is we beat people up. What this man does right here is he takes out the big heroes around here that get the preferential treatment, like, well, for example, Wolfie D. And now his partner wants to come along, and now he wants to have this match in Nashville tonight. The only thing that I'm thinking about, and I don't doubt your talent for 1 second, Flash, is these damn promoters around here, all they do is try and stack the cards, just like you said. Now, I don't see that this match should even take place tonight. I don't want it to take place, Flash, but it seems it's going to have to. And what you're going to have to do, if you're going to remain the star of MCW, is you're going to have to beat JC Ice because the winner stays and the loser's got to leave.
Now, I'm not responsible for what I do tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, what we're going to show you today is some clips from the Tojo Yamamoto Memorial Card, the famous Mega Royal Rumble that the MCW had. In the ring, Paul Adams, who throws himself over the ring, and Robert Gibson is left in the ring by himself. Paul Adams happens to be sitting here in the studio. What was that all about?
Well, what that was all about right there is I got in the ring for this Mega Rumble. You know, it was for the North American Heavyweight belt. And I got in there and I started to warm up, and this guy tried to come in and Pearl Harbor me and jump me. And you know how some people talk about how they don't know their own strength? Well, it appears that I don't know my own speed. I went to turn and run away, so I didn't get an unfair advantage. I went right over the top rope there without even knowing it. And then they forced me to go to the back, even despite the fact that I demanded to be put back in this ring so I could take out Robert Gibson there, that punk. Those 2 referees ganged up on me and sent me to the back.
Contestant number 3 was the Assassin. Robert Gibson, the Assassin, in the ring now, ladies and gentlemen. You're seeing just parts of the Mega Rumble that happened at the Nashville Fairgrounds Arena in front of the largest crowd MCW Wrestling has had at the Fairgrounds Arena.
Right, well, when you come out here, Bert, Prentice, and you talk about a big event like you were talking about earlier on with the NWA card coming up, these people know enough by now that they need to show up there at the fairgrounds and see what it's all about.
Yeah, that NWA 50th anniversary card is going to be incredible, and I am so honored that Howard Brody and Dennis Carluzzi are letting us host the Nashville version of the 50th anniversary of the NWA. What a night that is going to be. Handsome Harley Race will be there. Dory Funk Jr. will be there, and that list is just going to go on and on. You'll see all the living legends, and you can only buy ringside seats through the mail, and we're going to open that up next week. Robert Gibson being thrown in the corner. Hollywood Jason Lee now drew number 4, and he's in the ring. So it's the Assassin, Hollywood Jason Lee, and Robert Gibson, one half of the Rock and Roll Express, who are doing phenomenal for the World Wrestling Federation.
Right, and you see NWA written right there right across the back of the trunks of Robert Gibson, and definitely they are the flag bearers for that organization. And if you go, when you look back in the history, we've talked a lot. Now there's this JC Ice in there. Now talking about history, you know my history with that punk. I can't stand that Jamie Dundee's in there now, going after a good friend of mine, Jason Lee, in the corner.
Opponent number 5, he drew number 5, Jamie Dundee, coming to the ring. Now he's taking on the Assassin. Gibson pairs off against Hollywood Jason Lee.
And that'll show you right there, Bert Prentice, how there's no friends in something like this. Not only is there a belt at stake, but when you're out there at the beginning, your chances of going all the way end are not that good. But if you can stick in there for a while, let's say you don't get the belt when the final bell sounds, you're going to be in line for that title shot against whoever turns out to be the champion.
And who drew number 6? Well, you see the reaction to Jamie Dundee. It's King Mabel.
Now Dundee's sitting there acting like he's going to take on Mabel. The only thing I could say about Dundee is if I hadn't gotten out of there so quick, maybe I would have been in there taking care of Mabel for him. But there's no way. Dundee's kidding himself.
575 pounds, 6'11", and Mabel is on a vengeance because Mabel came to the Nashville Fairgrounds Arena this night for one reason: to reclaim the North American heavyweight title belt that he had stripped from him for no showing a match. There, Jason Lee. Unbelievable. Isn't even phasing the Giant.
Now look at this right here, Bert Prentice. This should phase you because you're responsible for this. That man was never pinned for his title belt. You give it to somebody else, and then you vacated it, and you got this match going on. You should feel guilty for what's happening to Dundee right there and Robert Gibson. And whoever else comes in there after this, because Mabel, the man's a monster.
I don't feel guilty at all. If you sign a contract to appear at MCW Wrestling, you better be there because, number 1, if you're a champion, you won't be a champion no more. And number 2, if you sign a contract and you no-show us, good luck on coming back. Trailer Park Trash in the ring now, drew number 7.
Yeah, you're sitting out here acting all self-righteous, acting like you're on the up and up, Bert Prentice. Everything you said within this hour, apparently you value the truth so much, you certainly don't hand it out very much to anybody else.
Well, insiders such as Cindy Nag of the Wrestling Insider has printed some things about you lately on the website. I'm beginning to wonder.
Let me tell you something about Cindy Nag. She belongs looking around in the 500 section at the Milford, Iowa, public library there and figure out what her problem is.
Now, number 8, it's Styling Shane Eden, ladies and gentlemen, in the ring. King Mabel. The ring's starting to fill up, Mr. Adams.
Well, you got Trailer Park in there now who's working over that Shane Eden. You see, look at all the guys who went right after that Shane Eden. That's because, and like Brickhouse Brown talks about all the time, and Princess Dee, you gas him up and you make him think he's something when he's nothing. He may be the master of the leg drop, but that's about it. And you see how many guys jumped at the opportunity to get all over him once he was in there.
Hollywood Jason Lee begging King Mabel, please don't kill me. Who went over the top rope? Hollywood Jason Lee. He's eliminated.
It looks like you jinxed him just like you did everybody else that's in this thing because of what you did to Mabel.
I'd like to say hello to my dear friend Danny Davis up with Ohio Valley Wrestling in Jeffersonville, Indiana. What a great promotion that is up there. They wrestle there every Wednesday night and Sunday night over at the Davis Arena. Check it out up there, all you folks up there in the Louisville area.
And if I can add some insight here, one of his proudest accomplishments is the training of Trailer Park Trash, who you see taking on Big Mabel there on the other side of the ring right now.
Reno Riggins drew number 9, and he's in the ring. One half of the Tennessee Volunteers. Styling Shane Eden continues his feud there with the Assassin. Reno Riggins attacking Mabel. Trailer Park Trash.
Oh, Jake, look at this over in the corner there. Shane Eden's got his leg up. I wonder if he's going to drop it.
Wait a minute, the 3 of them are hoisting Mabel over the top rope. Shane comes in to help. They're all on one side now. There's Skinny Kenny. And Mabel is over and hits the floor. Mabel is out. It took 5 of them to get him over the top rope, but Mabel is gone. Mabel will not be the North American heavyweight champion.
Now look at Skinny Kenny in there working over Shane Eden in the corner, and Reno in there too. I know Reno can't stand Shane Eden, as a matter of fact.
Mabel is furious out on the floor. There's Executive Director Bill Behrens trying to clear Mabel away from ringside.
Bill Behrens. Didn't he star in Mr. Holland's Opus?
I don't know what an opus is. I do know Mr. Holland, though. Who's going to draw number 10? It's Rob Conway, the Iron Man, one half of the Southern Tag Team Champions, limited edition. And the fans love Rob Conway.
Yeah, you see them going nuts there now because he's paired off in the corner with Reno. And there's a little rivalry there from the Danny Davis school you were talking about, Trail Park coming over and helping out Reno. What? Now, geez, well, like I said, you can't trust anybody in this one, but like I said...
You're right. Reno Riggins showing his true colors just like you would. Turn your back on someone when it's convenient for you.
Whatever.
But you're right. You're going for the title tonight. There are no friends in the ring.
Absolutely, whatever. But like I was talking about there, alluded to a second ago, Reno and Conway there in the corner. They're going at it all over the territory. As a matter of fact, as you know, Dinsmore, they put him on the show.
Well, there's number 11, the Colorado Kid from Colorado Springs, and he's fired up. In fact, he's so fired up, let's take a break. Action will resume after this word. Welcome back, everybody. Action resumes in the ring. Number 11 was the Colorado Kid going for that North American title belt, but will he do it today, Paul Adams?
The only person in there that's actually held that belt right now is number 11, the Colorado Kid. I'm sure you're all excited because I know he's one of your fair-haired boys as well.
No, not really. I'm totally impartial on this. Well, there's Chris Michaels. Now, you know what? I think Chris Michaels really had a shot this evening.
Well, check out Chris Michaels all bandaged up right there from one of his numerous confrontations with my boy Brickhouse Brown.
Speaking of Brickhouse Brown, I wonder what number he's going to be tonight.
I don't know, but you see Colorado and the Assassin there. They've been going at each other for several weeks around here. The Assassin, once again, was hired originally to come in here and eliminate the Colorado Kid, so you see Kid trying to get some revenge there.
It was interesting when the Colorado Kid came out. Everybody's screaming for that flat top. Everybody wants to see the flat top. Bill Apter called from New York, send me a picture of that flat top. One of the most new, devastating moves. I told Colorado, don't be surprised. One of these weeks you're going to turn on WCW, WWF. There's going to be a wrestler using that move. But Colorado Kid invented it.
Oh, it's called, let me get this right now, the flat top.
Yeah, unless he's done it on you, then it's going to be called the neck breaker.
Yeah, I thought I heard about it someplace. Whatever. But you see Shane Eden there sneaking up from behind. Him and the Colorado Kid got a little unholy alliance there going, pulling a fast one on the Assassin.
Ricky Morton's in the ring, number 13.
And is Gibson gone, or is he still in there?
I believe he's been eliminated at this point.
Right, I think what happened...
There's Stephen Dunn, number 14.
I think what happened there is I stuck my head back out that curtain there, and Gibson saw me and hightailed it out of there, pulled one of my moves.
Skinny Kenny working on Chris Michaels. The team of the Tennessee Volunteers working on NWA's Ricky Morton of the Rock and Roll Express. Trailer Park Trash in the corner with Style and Shading. The Assassin over there trying to eliminate the Colorado Kid.
Look at Eden over there. Now, there's Morton right out. Now, I want you to point this out right here. The Tennessee Volz, the former tag team. Well, excuse me, I didn't mean to say former.
They are former tag team champions.
Whatever. I prefer ex-tag team champions. They were not afraid to go in there and go after one half of one of the greatest tag teams of all time. I want you to point that out, Bert Prentice. You never seem to point out the important points around here.
Boy, what a match that's going to be in Nashville tonight. Dangerous Doug Gilbert and Iron Man Rob Conway against the Volunteers.
Yeah, look, Barney just into the ring there. What number was Barney? Or is that Grimace?
14.
You see Skinny Kenny. Totally
That's Frenchy Riviera.
No,
you know who that is.
Look, I know. Bert, hear me out, please. You see Skinny Kenny.
Trailer Park Trash has been eliminated.
Shut up for a second. Skinny Kenny's in there, and he's obviously...
Colorado Kid has Skinny Kenny there, and Frenchy Riviera delivers a chop.
And Frenchy better watch out because...
Style and Shading on the top rope there.
Would you stop stepping all over me? You see Skinny Kenny...
Now into the ring, Nick Dinsmore, ladies and gentlemen. What a match this has turned out to be. Unbelievable wrestling action. Frenchy Riviera's in the ring. Skinny Kenny's in the ring. Style and Shane working on Skinny Kenny. Stephen Dunn there. Throws. Yes, Conway's to the floor. Rob Conway has been eliminated. There's Nick Dinsmore waiting for Stephen Dunn and introduces him to the turnbuckle. Colorado Kid now working on Style and Shane Eden, trying to throw him over. Whoa, Shane don't go. Shane's back in the ring, and the crowd goes nuts. Colorado Kid, there's no friends tonight. As you see, Reno Riggins has been eliminated. This has got me excited, Paul Adams. Chris Michaels there now on his way out, maybe. Skinny Kenny remains. Stalin Shane Eden remains. Frenchy Riviera remains. And the Colorado Kid remains. Whip Stalin Shane Eden across. Colorado Kid down hard with a big clothesline.
So I suppose I'm supposed to talk now, Bert Prentice, all right, and add my insight. Well, I'll tell you what. Talk to the fist because the face is pissed. Well, speak up now. You sat here rambling for 10 minutes straight. All right, here, Shane Eden. I'm going to tell you something about Shane Eden, right? Look at the guy. He got a front tooth missing. It looks like he must have went and tried to brush with aim, but he missed.
He's going to toot. He's going to toot. He's going to toot. Colorado Kid there in the corner. Back Shane Eden into the corner. Skinny Kenny taking it on Frenchy Riviera. What a match that's going to be tonight. The loser has to go to Jenny Craig. Wrestling excitement only as it can be in Nashville, Tennessee. Don't you people around the world wish you lived in Nashville tonight?
He's got a toot, he's got a toot, he's got a toot. Well, that's about 2 more teeth than he does have, Bert Prentice. Now, let me talk to you right now more about Shane Eden. You see him.
Boy, now it's getting interesting.
Shut
They're tearing up here. They're all going to jump on Frenchy Riviera. Nick Dinsmore. There are no friends in this one. There are no friends. There's Brickhouse Brown. And you know what? The announcer must have fell asleep because Brickhouse, it's about 4 minutes since the wrestler come in. Or do you think Brickhouse was a little scared to come in, Paul Adams?
No, I don't. I seen
well,
Shane.
He's in the ring now, ladies and gentlemen. There, Nick Dinsmore. Boy, he's taking it to Stalin Shading. There are no friends in this contest.
Nor in this building right here, right now, behind the microphones.
Colorado Kid there being double teamed. Skinny Kenny, what is this? Skinny Kenny's holding him and Frenchy Riviera's punching him. My gosh, what an unorthodox match. And I know the fans are loving this all across America. 180 stations nationwide and growing each and every week, thanks to the wonderful Bill Barron.
Now look right there right now. You got former tag team partners in there with Frenchy and Skinny Kenny, but also with Shane Eden. And
boy, drops the Colorado Kid on his head. Stalin Shane Eden flies across the ring. There are bodies flying all over the place. Brickhouse Brown, Chris Michaels have been eliminated. We're down to 5. We're down to 5.
You're going to be down to 1 in just a second.
There's Flash Flanagan, ladies and gentlemen. There's Flash Flanagan taking his time in the ring. And this is who Bill Apter, he's the one who predicted Flash Flanagan would win this Mega Royal. Flash Flanagan, Nick Dinsmore, Frenchy Riviera, Stalin Shane, Skinny Kenny, and the Colorado Kid remain.
Oh, now I'm supposed to add my commentary again.
Colorado
All right.
Kid kicking the back of Stalin Shady. Frenchy Riviera taking it to Skinny Kenny. Oh, and Frenchy's over the top rope and down to the floor. That's too bad.
And we've
Frenchy
struck oil.
Riviera, CMT's favorite son. Have you seen his commercials on CMT lately? Frenchy Riviera hits the mat, and I think Frenchy may be hurt down there at ringside. Stalin Shading there now. Kips up. Stalin Shading the drop kick to the Colorado Kid. My gosh, go ahead. Come on, Shane. That'd be great. Stalin Shane is the North American champion. Well, Colorado Kid kips up. You're not the only one that can do this. Oh, Nick Dinsmore's dead and eliminated. Down to 4, the final 4, as they say. Skinny Kenny, I got to give him credit. He's lasted through 12 wrestlers. Skinny Kenny, Stalin Shane Eden. Up and...
Did he touch the floor?
Oh, he did there. Stalin Shane has been eliminated. Now Flash Flanagan takes it to the Colorado Kid.
That's my marquee player right there.
Crowd's loving this 2 against 1. Skinny Kenny and Flash Flanagan gets the Colorado Kid, sends him straight in. Sends Skinny Kenny in.
Now let me talk about Flash Flanagan right here and Skinny Kenny, another man that I managed in the past. They've got the Colorado Kid right here, somebody who I've loathed, Bert Prentice, much like yourself, Newman, for about 3 years now. Now watch, Kenny's got him in the corner here. He's going to work him over and punch away on them weak little abs there because that guy don't work out. He's going to
Stalin Shane Eden trying to be a good sport there on the outside of the ring. Whoa, and Kenny is up and over. Thanks for the drop kick. Now it's down to 2. Flash Flanagan, Colorado Kid. One of these 2 will be the next and new North American heavyweight champion.
And why, you know the rules apparently, you apparently made him up for this one here. Why is that referee in the ring now?
It's down to 2.
And?
Flash Flanagan, man, he's laying in them punches on the Colorado Kid, and now a chop.
Now let me ask you, can you win by pinfall in here right now?
Elbow to the back of the head.
Huh?
Yes.
You can win by pinfall.
Yes.
Or throw a man over the top rope.
Yes.
Well, I wish.
Man, they're just slugging it out here. Look at this. What an incredible matchup these 2 will have. Up and over and down, and the winner and new North American heavyweight champion, the Colorado Kid. How about that?
Nashville, Tennessee, the new North American heavyweight champion. Tonight, I'm going to be there at the fairgrounds. I hope you all come on down there. Don't be late. Be there at 8 at the gate. I'm going to be there. Got Jason Lee coming down there. Now, I don't know too much about him. I know he's quick, and I know he's fast, and I know he's looking for the belt. But I tell you what, a lot of men's come and a lot of men's gone, but the North American heavyweight belt going to stay around this waist for a long time, and I can't wait to see y'all. Come on out there. We'll be there.